I'm just lost and confused right now. I was in my front yard. If this is my front door, and this is my garage, when you walk out the front door, before you hit the garage, I was right there in front of the house. And I was looking up and down saying, I need something, I want something. I was looking for something. Talking to whoever I could talk to, and it was just me outside. I said, whoever wants me, I'm yours. I'm sure you recall. This is facts. If you do not know this dude, now is the time to think that I'm crazy. As time progresses and you see what's going on, then you can make a legitimate assumption on me, my character, and who I am. Time to change the game. Time to change the game. It's gonna come back, don't worry. And this is facts. So, it's me, folks. It's no more of like, okay, let's be universal. Okay, I look at it from this aspect. If you don't agree, click next, click gone, bye. You don't need to be here. When you talk to people, when you turn on the TV, when you read a paper, or when you go through something that might be tough or hard for you, you understand emotion, and you understand feeling, and you understand not every day is perfect. So if I could try to make every day perfect for me, and people like what I'm doing, and they want to make every day perfect for them, and then it can be contagious, and the whole world wants to be perfect, what's good, baby? Then guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna try to live that perfect lifestyle. Again, I just point out facts, legit facts. So now when I talk, and I'm going back to me, myself, and I, it's just gonna be about me. So whenever I say something, it's I see it this way, I see it that way, I saw this, I saw that, I think this, I think that, I. And when I talk about if you could venture inside my mind, and let me tell you a little bit about what goes on inside my mind. So last night, as I was talking about the thoughts that I want to talk about right now, it boiled down to the heart, the mind, and the soul. And then I talked about if what you see on TV is real, which technically it's not. Technically it's not. What you see on TV technically is not real. And I'm referring to TV shows, movies, sitcoms, however you want to phrase it. But the things they put out, the way they put it out, what they let you hear, what they let you see, talk about that later. I'm like, okay, so if you think about movies, and I referenced Iron Man and I referenced Spider-Man. And when I referenced Iron Man, I also made it a point, because I give references, I made it a point to let you know I've only seen Iron Man 1, which came out in 2008. Spider-Man, and that's the one with Beck and the goggles. Not to mention this very last Spider-Man, Far From Home, whatever it is. Because I don't watch those movies either. The only reason I watch them now is because of the kids. When I think about that, so I was talking about like when you look at Iron Man, and then you look at Spider-Man, you look at technology, was the main thing I was referencing, was technology. And when you think about a computer, and if I had a computer, like let's go back to Iron Man 2008. If I had a computer that could just, like, when you have something that pops up in the air, your screen pops up in the air, and you're spinning it, and you're looking at it, and throwing stuff away, you're picking this up, and you're putting this here, and you're doing this and doing that, right? So if I said, a new Mcknight, pop them up right here. And then I said, show me the brain. Because you're going to see a new Mcknight, and then it's going to zoom in on his brain. It's going to and zoom in and put it up right here. And if you look at a brain, it's going to show you, it's similar, and I referenced a computer, similar to a CPU. So it's going to show you the maximum storage, which is a hard drive technically. And it's going to show you the storage capacity. It's going to show you how much is used. It might show you if you want to clean up the storage. It's going to show you all the little cookies and stuff you can delete and free up the space. It's going to show you everything you need to know about the brain. And then also there's another thing up here, which is a percentage. And that percentage is the stability of the brain. Are you mentally stable? Because when you see some of these, especially homeless folks walking down the street, cussing up a storm, but you're like, dude, who are you talking to? Hey, Like, there's no one around. Who are you talking to? So how mentally stable are you? It's going to show you everything you need to know about the human brain. Not the human brain, a Mcknight's brain. And you're like, okay, cool. So now you get an idea of the brain, what's inside of it, how much storage it has, where it's at, how stable it is. Like, okay, cool, show me the heart. And it shows you the heart. And when I thought about the heart, I thought about the battery. So if you're on a freaking iPhone and you go to settings and you go to battery, you click on like battery health, and it shows you the overall health of the battery. So it's going to, same thing over here, it's going to show you that overall health of the heart. It's also going to tell you about how many times the heart's been broke, how many times the heart froze, how many times, whatever the heart's been through, it'll tell you all those little things as well. When I said the heart froze, it's almost like an app when you're on an app, on an iPad, iPhone, or whatever tablet you have, and your app freezes, and you have to either force quit, or you have to and then I also said Control-Alt-Delete. Because as soon as I said Control-Alt-Delete, and that's 1, 2, 3, Control-Alt-Delete, then I thought about the triangle, because that's 3 things. Bam. That was weird to me when I thought about the triangle, and it was Control-Alt-Delete to get to this program that will kill anything you want it to kill. But nonetheless, when you Control-Alt-Delete and you go to that task manager, now you can just kill that, you can end that task or end that process because it's not responding to you. Or if you're on a Mac and you just force quit an app because it's not responding to you, just force quit it. But nonetheless, if the heart was, because the way I referenced that was like an app that freezes, or something that freezes, you just need to kill it and then you reopen it. But the heart could be cold-hearted, because I've referenced myself being cold-hearted in the past. I've referenced being cold-hearted. Kobe referenced having ice in his veins. It's something similar like that, where you just don't care, you don't give up. Facts. So how many times has that heart felt that cold-hearted feeling? How many times has that heart been broke? How many times has that heart been through this, been through that, seen this, seen that, and what did the heart do in response to it? That's all your heart things when you ask me to show me the heart. When you ask the computer or whatever it is to show you the heart. And it still shows you the heart health. Because 100% battery life is 100% healthy. But if your battery life is 77%, damn, you done been through some things. And let's look at the world today, folks, and let's understand we've all been through some things. The last one I said was show me the soul. And as I was talking about the soul, what made sense to me, because I was like, dude, the soul should, you just obviously say your name. And then for some reason I thought about like a car registration. If you buy a car from a dealer but it's not paid off, the dealer's name is there and then you're the registered owner. So I said your name should be there and there should be no person on the registered owner. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. So your soul technically should have God's name right there. This is where my mind was going. Your soul should have God's name right there. And the registered owner is you. Now, if you have that car for not say for whatever reason, if you have that car and then for whatever reason you want to sell it or get rid of it and you're trying to sell, I don't talk about a car, but the soul, and someone comes up and says, yes, I want it, then in that specific situation would be where the soul is sold, so your name is no longer here as that registered owner. You still have possession of it, but you are not the registered owner. So the way I saw it was G's name is always right there at the top of that pink slip for the soul. And you are always the registered owner of that pink slip for the soul. And if that day comes along when you want to sell it for whatever reason, that's when we have problems or complications and things could get difficult. So as I was thinking those thoughts, and I realized, and I said, let me flash back. And I said, let me flash back 12, 13 years. And I said, no, that doesn't work. Let me flash back 22, 23 years. And that's when I was willing, when I looked up and down, and I said, whoever wants this soul, it's yours. So as I thought that thought, I also thought about the fact that the news recently, I overheard or I seen the shooter in Texas was 18. So I'm sitting here thinking, what if someone would have took me up on my offer at the age of 16-ish and set me in a path I shouldn't have gone? Hey, set me in a path I shouldn't have gone. And what would I have done at the age of 18? If I was offering what I was offering around 16, I didn't have what I needed to do at that age, but I would have been put in specific situations and places that might have got me to there. So let's say, for example, he did look at my soul, and he did look at my heart and overall health and the mind and how stable is the mind, and he looked at everything. And he said, you know what? I'm not willing to take that bet. Because number one, he is too stable. Number two, his heart is too strong. I don't know if he would be good for what I'm trying to do. So from that point is when I got overlooked by him. And then God said, dude, I got eyes on you. And I have these things happening to you for a reason. So if I'm finally realizing a lot of it now, I mean, not to say I never realized anything before, not to say I figured it all out, but nonetheless, it's a process and things take time. So if it's a process and things take time, but I'm on the track of the path that I want to be on, then we're doing good. We're okay. And the fact that I'm not qualified to have my soul go anywhere or give it to anyone, that's beautiful, because my heart, my mind, and my soul are mine. My thoughts, my opinions, my feelings, and my emotions are mine. And everything I do is all my decision, my choice, and I'm living my life to the best of my abilities. And I'm cool with it, I'm okay with it, I'm happy with it, and that's why I thank God daily. So if you tell me, am I in a good place mentally? I'm in the best place I could be. Because if I was in a good place mentally, why would I need to be out here for therapeutic reasons? But don't forget, we have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. And they have to grow up. And they're going to go through that phase when they're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And they're going to have those questions, those thoughts. They may have slight confusion. And whatever it is, they're going to go through that too. But if the world they live in could be beautiful and better, I'll do what I can to do that for them. Which includes me acting crazy and doing what I have to do to put out messages, to let it be known. It's not even like it has to be a message to be put out or let it be known, because it's out there. But whether people, and I'm sure people see it, but no one speaks upon it, or people might be afraid to speak upon it, or whatever the reason or situation is, things happen. And I'm the strongest dude alive right now to make sense of it, to bring it to light, and attempt to address it. So let's go. Let's make the change and show them the things that you are doing to do what you are doing is going to come back. It's going to bite you in the ass. I intentionally didn't censor that because that is what's going to happen. God willing, and God is with me, so I'm not worried. Stay blessed, stay positive, stay focused, keep the faith, and we're going to be okay.